And we begin. Salutations, class, and welcome back to our 6th day streaming this week. It's been a very, very busy one, and to close out this week, I think we might do something a little new and a little different in preparation for next week, which I might try to prioritize as much new content as possible. Welcome, Zero, yes. I am indeed the OG here. I wonder how long it's going to take for me to be perturbed by being called such a name. Anywho, Have a Nice Death is a game that I have not yet set to display, so let's fix that right here and now. And this is there we go. This is a new early access game, which should be in the relatively similar vein as Dead Cells. Perturbed is bothered or disturbed, mildly upset, usually just with a more mild connotation. So, allegedly, we might have a couple of bugs to deal with, but this should otherwise, already I'm loving the vibes here. Looks very whimsical. So, let us begin. No worries, Siphon. Do what you will. I'm perfectly fine being background noise. Okay, yeah, I absolutely love a good sense of dark humor. Looks like we might have the best of deaths. Alright. Is this sort of an automated mass extinction, or what exactly is going on here? He does look a lot like Grimm. That is an impression I should probably work on. I don't exactly remember how to enunciate a Jamaican accent. Little guy seems to be overworked, doesn't he? Office jobs will do this to you. Exactly this. Yeah, I too, James, am loving the animation so far. I too have done that at my office job. Caused a lot of fires, had to put them out. You know, there does come a time when you grow tired of bureaucracy and wish to return to the more direct and lower responsibilities of something further down on the ladder. So I do believe this should be a presentation of us returning to running around and cutting things up ourselves rather than stamping papers. It's kind of funny. The more you get paid, the less you're actually working. You can't just make it up as you go along, you know. We have a well-established procedure. What you have to do is... Oh, why, it's the CEO himself. Excellent timing, sir. The fella has a knife stuck through his cranium. All hell's broken loose. Brad has decided to let all the souls in without proper inspection. All of our departments are overwhelmed, as am I. Ugh. Try to argue with your associate Sorrows, please. Welcome back, Mr. CEO, and have a nice death. You know, I still haven't played, Shovel Knight would be another good thing for us to do sometime. I'll need to mark it down. Ah, so many games to play and so many suggestions that have been recently dropped in the Discord. So who's the fella we need to see? Ah, yes, the game tradition of start a new game and you just keep heading right. Hey, boss! So, ready to get the Death Inc. house in order? Just don't go spraining anything right at the start, eh? Ready for the warm-up? I want to hear those bones cracking. Chop chop. Were you ever here for our, Rivals of Aether streams, Zero? That was a long time ago. Double jumps, as usual. Something blue would be chopped by our blue button, presumably. Ah, we have a dash button. Little light beam to warp us up. Little fella with a disco ball on his head. And I'm guessing that's just a demonstration of our combat. That was forever ago. Remember, you got here during a Gold Lewis Strive stream where half the messages you said were Behemoth Typhoon related. Rivals of Aether is something I've wanted to return to for the longest time, and we were actually beginning work on a custom character, but my own workflow actually got busy. We have a purple gauge in the top left that's filling up. Let's see what indication we get once it gets to the maximum. And I suppose we'll figure out what that does in a moment. Down in A to jump through a platform, a classic. Smash up that Karen and get your weapon. We'll soon get that cloak of yours warmed up. Behemoth, a bit on the heavy side, but not unwieldy with the right attitude. Ah, okay. So we'll have different weapons on a cooldown assigned to a different buttons. I've already seen Toy Story enough times that I probably don't need to see it summarized in a 10-minute span. Ooh, nicely done. Lots of hack and slashing and buttons to mash. So do tell this to me, ETG. Is it a meme video? Aha, this guy doesn't seem to be expiring normally. Let's see if a hammer does the work. No, it does not. Ah, no, that only carries us horizontally. Curious. Yeah, I'm a little uncertain what we're supposed to be doing to this guy immediately. Wonder if we're supposed to attack him during the startup of an attack. No. We've hit him with the hammer to stun him, and again after he's been stunned. How do we destroy this guy? Almost there. Oh, really? Do we just gotta keep smacking the guy? I'm not exactly getting feedback here. It's been so long since I played Smash. It's probably been... Yeah, I do feel like it's been about 2 years since I last played. Need to use the purple bar, so continue mashing buttons until I figure out what does what. That's what I was guessing, but... What button uses that? It's not right trigger. Oh, okay, so it's hold left trigger. and then use an attack that uses all of our built-up energy. Solaries, the currency for Death Incorporated. Look at yourself, boss. You've got injuries. Getting in shape is easy. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, we have a gauge of a discrete number of healing charges. There I am trying to read his dialogue simultaneously while we're doing this stuff. Excellent, boss. You've really shaped up. Well done. Let's not forget, though, so far you've only trained with my friends. They've gone easy on you since they owe me a coffee. From now on, it's the real thing. Keep your wits about you. Got that? Yes, yes, yes. Very well. Next time, we're going to skip the tutorial, thank goodness. Yes, haha, give it your all, boss. Okay, seems pretty explanatory. Some of the aesthetics here actually remind me of Guacamelee. I wonder if it had any of a similar studio responsible. I'm just getting a lot of similar vibes with the aesthetics. Gearbox Publishing, and it's from a Magic Design Studios. Previously, they were responsible for an Unruly Heroes, which also looks very interesting. Curious. Never heard of Shadow Weaver myself. Alright. So we have slightly more subtle visual cues for when our enemies here are trying to attack. Also have to remember that the right trigger is our dash button, which I believe might functionally work something similar to a dodge. Never watched She-Ra, but I have heard of it. Oh wait, that was currency, that was not a healing charge. Okay. We only have a single jump, it appears. They throw little, paper airplanes at us. And another fight sequence. Right, those guys attack on both sides. We will have to grow accustomed to the different movement and combat in this game compared to, say, Dead Cells. Simple enough. Curse reroll. Okay. I'm going to guess that might be some sort of stat building? I wonder if it's just getting a humorous interpretation of Curse as a positive effect to stack on top of you, or if it's actual debuffs or potentially gameplay changes. Art style and gameplay make you think of Hollow Knight. I'm definitely getting a similar vibe. I'm feeling a lot more like Guacamelee, because if I remember, Hollow Knight actually had outlines on everything. The art style for this game seems to mostly focus on flat character colors. Fire Arrow, another new ability for us. And we continue into the, Solar Prismium department, or equipment storage. Oh, that's cute. The loading screen is him on the elevator ride. Alright. There might not be too much for us to do while this game is in early access, just as a forewarning. Those guys only take one hit, it seems. I can tell that's gonna be fun, definitely. Always love a good screen wipe. The books are about to be murdering us. I'm going to guess equipment storage was not actually a hub world of any sort. Does seem to be it's an entirely new level instead. Let's go ahead and pop a heal for ourselves. I imagine this is what Zato saw on the other side, indeed. Just about everyone around here does sort of look like Eddie. Each attack has its own special. I was assuming that. Definitely felt like it would be there. I wonder what it is for the others. I'm gonna guess it might be a single large strike for the hammer, possibly. Ooh, I like that. Five ingots. If those are not the established currency, I wonder what they do instead. Ah, the same hammer again. We will skip over it, because I'd like to see what other things we have. Welcome home, Siphon. And thank you for your safe driving. Aha. Guess we didn't really get the best demonstration of a fire arrow there. Also, it didn't seem like there's one for the hammer attack here. I love this art style. So what do we do with the stuff here? None of my inputs register anything, and so this might just be a menu interface here that we aren't yet interacting with. Zero, I am uncertain what you may be referring to. Presumably, the Vitam Mana department might have a couple of healing items available for us. At least that would be my hope. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving the vibes for this. Really, Elden Ring's been out long enough for people to have 100%ed it. Well, I'm going to 1%, meaning start, sometime soon. I actually think I will take tomorrow to see if the game runs okay on my computer, alongside this VTubing rig. Gotta remember the dash. Yeah, as much as I like hammers thematically in just about any other game, it does feel like they were too long between their individual attacks here. Ah, that was a maximum health boost, it looks like. Still waiting for us to find another healing opportunity. Mana plus. Suppose that means we can play more like a Shoda clone and spam more fireballs. Like so. Oh, it's 100% the hardest game you've ever played. 4 double quarter pounders with cheese, 2 20-piece nuggets, a large fry, and 3 medium-sized. ETG, are you ordering for your friends in the car? I'm getting some Big Smoke vibes here.
I'll have 2 number 9s, number 9 large, number 6 with extra dip, and a large wait. 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
I will not directly answer your question simply because the premise and the entire reason for it absolutely confuses me. Ooh, it truly is a pleasure to see you again, boss. You, appear to have your head detached from where it should be. Alright, trying the best with my sound thought. They've made an awful mess up there, haven't they? It takes some guts to get involved, I'll say that much. Anyway, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares as a little distraction? It's a start. There's not very many impressions I can do well, but voice acting is a talent I'd like to pick up in time. Sure, I'll take a healing orb, and let's see. 75 damage and 50 mana. It would be nice to have a bigger investment we could give. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's what that, that's what the little text on that hammer means. We actually have an attack if we charge up X. Do we have the same for... No, not for our fireball, but... Let's go ahead and give this a test. I like it. He's asking if you would force feed yourself a heart attack on a bun. High blood pressure. I mean, I can get that same effect just from playing a good bit of, Guilty Gear. Yeah, no, I'm an American, so the medical procedures that I would require to heal from such a venture would definitely exceed the $3,500 I'd be earning. We cannot yet upgrade the store. Allow us to proceed. Security Station Brad. Loading screen, take a drink. I actually admired fighting that soul because it was a different challenge and did require me to actually understand what I was doing. And even when I got my advantage in on him, I had to be a lot more cautious. Boss, before your, interview with Brad, you have to hear me out. It's very important. Surely you noticed that when you eliminated certain minions, you collected an anima orb? Yes, animas heal my injuries, blah blah blah. I'm not completely senile yet. Hey, don't take it the wrong way, please. We're just covering our bases. He's holding a whistle? As we're saying, animas heal your injuries, and injuries are the grayed out part of your HP, you see? Thanks, Harriet. I got it. I can handle it from here. As you wish. The ball is in your court, boss. Speaking Sims, I can't wait for us to do Spore. I'm looking forward to that so hard. What the hell is happening here, Brad? Where did all these souls come from?
What's it to you? Who are you anyway with your mummified boomer face?
Oh, he just called me a boomer. Alright, it's a start. Decent enough time to react, not very difficult at all. Selfie, okay. I am loving the vibes here. Excellent sense of humor. Oh, he changed his trajectory there. This was an excellent suggestion, James. Also, I did look at, what was it? Loot River. But it doesn't seem to be available yet on Steam, so I'm not sure that we're able to play it yet. Looks like the Toy Story.exe Buzz 3 boss fight. So that's what I get for looking away to try to read what was going on in chat and respond to it. I do need to get better at multitasking. Seems that didn't suggest a Loot River. No, it was Decursion, I believe. It was Decursion or Siphon. Someone else suggested Loot River. Welcome, Chim. How you doing? Posture check. Wait, Jet Set Radio came to Steam? Hold on, I gotta look that one up. I am very skeptical about that game being on... Did it really? It came to Steam, and why did no one tell me about this? I thought it was just on some old PlayStation. That was the only way I would have been able to play it. Well then, I'll have to mark that down on our list for future games to play, although we're already getting to like a dozen different games there on the selection of suggestions. Ah, there's our book. Pump Quinn, okay. Boss! Oh, boss, I'm so pleased to see you. And you've got your pit book with you. Isn't it adorable? Did you know that your pit book notes everything down for you? Just press, I assume that's the menu button because I've never actually owned a new generation controller, funny enough. Like the Xbox One controllers. So a lot of those icons I actually don't recognize. Pump's definitely giving me wonderful vibes. It really is very cute, but, I don't really like the way it's looking at me. Ready to get roasted with my apple peel colored hair, huh? You know, it does have that sort of off red-orange color. Jet Set Radio for the Dreamcast. Why did I think it was a PlayStation game? Yeah, it does have Sega vibes, doesn't it? Ah, yes, this seems to be a representation of all the things we've found so far. A la Dead Cells, of course. This is not a channel that we can actually travel up. Boss, good morning, or evening, whatever, not important. The sorrows are out of control. Quotas have risen astronomically. I'll spare you the details. You got a few ingots to spend? Let's do this real quick before I kick the bucket. Oh, and how's the family house life? You know, I was never much of one for office small talk. Baby Widow's Peak have an old blind-ass bat-looking self-daredevil blind uses sonar... Yeah, this is a roguelike and it was specifically suggested by James, as it would be very comparable to Dead Cells, another favorite on our selection. Interesting selection, nothing here yet that we can afford, aside from the first of the options. Wait, there's other things around here. No use for that, so... alright. Suppose that means we proceed then. Sosuke Aizen. Okay. I don't even watch anime, but that one I actually sorta get. Exard Zappa face. I'm gonna have to go back through the Exard story to get a reminder on that one. Wasn't he not wearing glasses? I don't remember him wearing glasses. Hello, Patty. Feeling good? Of course you feel good. Yeah, have a nice death and have a nice day too. Whoa, hey, hello, I'm here. In front of you. Oh, yeah, sorry, Harriet. I'm still half asleep and I thought you were a customer. Who would be a customer for a company like this? That's why at lunch we're doing strength and balance training, Patty. I'll show you how I knock out burnout. I suppose it makes sense that he's doing all these stretches, since he's just a man made purely out of muscle. Alright, I need a weapon. He did look like a Part 1 character before, that much was true. I mean, he basically was a JoJo character, having all those ghosts behind him. I wonder if the ghosts were what were making him buff. Oh, sir, you finally decided to step out of your office. Work at Death Inc. goes on with or without you. I'll spare you my own thoughts on the matter. Your absence hasn't stopped the sorrows from going above and beyond. We've got our work cut out. Curses, for example, if you can remember. Assaulting an employee costs the company money. Minions, too, when it comes to it. Curses can help with that. Look. Ah, now we get to mess with it. Deals bonus damage after being hit. Heal HP when you kill a sorrow. Or obtain a little bit of money. Fine, I'll take a little bit of healing. Since we will be warming up and getting a couple new ideas run by, we will be making some mistakes. So weird, because when you first watched me, thought I did this just because I'm a VTuber. Run that one by me again, Siphon. I might have missed the points that you were trying to make in your sentence here. These all do have different colors, so they might have different rewards. That's an interesting way to do this. I don't know, ETG. I've never actually played the game. I just know from the mimetics I've picked up on, it does seem like a game that I would love. I do tend to love games that have a lot of unique style and personality available. And Jet Set Radio, of course, happens to have that. I also have heard quite a bit of the OST, even if I haven't played the game. No, I actually don't watch anime. Funny enough. Or, I should say, I seldomly watch anime. Usually only like once a week with some friends, and it's seldomly ever any of the, like, popular shonen stuff. So stuff like JoJo or Hero Academia, all that stuff. I actually don't know much about those. Actually, not a big shonen fan myself, unfortunately. Yeah, I would need to definitely clarify my point a lot more in the future. Okay, yeah, those guys do not go down very quickly. Would be good if we had a fireball for them. Another curse reroll. I wonder how important those are going to be in the future. A couple of ingots. Garum. Well, I will definitely have an opinion for you in the future when I do pick up the game myself. That was a fairly easy level. Let's see, equipment storage. Sounds like that would be where we could pick up 2 new weapons. I would like to get something new. Smack the little guys, be cautious around Big Boy here, as he's gonna do his Zangief Lariat. Our dash does have a little bit of cooldown. Do we have an indicator for when it's ready again? Guys look like they're right out of awe. Which is, again, another weird, quirky indie game for us to be playing. Definitely going into the vein of all those, quirky RPGs, especially since, we did recently complete Everhood, but we need to make our run through all those bonus bosses, too. Right, this is something I could have done a long time ago. Problem solved, in a flash. I really don't think I'd ever be able to like JoJo. Although I am very open to my mind being changed. For what I know, basically the entire gimmick of JoJo is the main character has to figure out how he's going to fight the new villain of the week, who has some bizarre new power with a very semantic weakness. Honestly, it sounds like just spectacle to me. That I do agree with, Zero. I have watched, it was like 2 years ago. My friend sat me down and made me watch Season 1, and a bit of Season 2, but we have not yet returned. They actually carried on with Season 2 without me. I did actually very much like how the first one was going along, but not really sure what I appreciate out of any of the newer series. Newer seasons do seem to focus more on, like, just figuring out whatever the superpower is of the villain of the week. Does that one also... Let's see, heal 20 HP when you kill a Sorrow. Yeah, it still has that buff of, making our charged attack stronger. Wow, I just lost a bunch of viewers because I'm saying bad things about JoJo, I see. Or it actually could just be the bizarre reporting. YouTube usually, actually both Twitch and YouTube, seem to fluctuate on the viewer counts they usually give me. Of course, I don't know how much people are actually leaving, or if they just alt-tab or go off to something else. It does seem to change my numbers quite a bit. Appreciated, Zero. Although I definitely get myself into some controversies, as there's a lot of folk who seem upset about my opinions. Zero, I can tell you how to fight him. I can definitely help you with the matchup. Nah. Yeah, I have the same opinions. Although specifically about, after the tournament yesterday, that's actually the first Happy Chaos I fought who does do the whole, like, sniping thing really, really well. A lot of other Happy Chaoses I fight don't have the execution down perfectly, and then have, really overzealous defense, and I tend to be able to open them up. How macabre. Okay, so one of those we dash through, and then another one we jump over, it looks like. Strange. Acting like I won't get command grabbed. Smug's great. I love Smug. And I don't even care for Street Fighter that much. Looking rough, boss. Not too shaken up? I mean... No disrespect to Mr. Brad, but he's grown way too confident. Thank you, Pumpkin. Yeah, I love G. G makes that game worth it. A Slaymore, Okay, so what we have here appear to be a series of discounts. Alright. Posture check and run it again. That is an absolutely wonderful loading screen. I should probably grab a pillow. That should make it a bit more comfortable. Give me a second. Reach over here. And resume. Oh yeah, that's much more comfortable. I do want to continue Dead Cells, but it hasn't picked up much traction lately. So maybe once the bank comes out. Reading the boss's mind, all I hear is "Punish in the dark." Whenever I start feeling confident about my singing, there will be Guilty Gear covers, you can count on that. And that is a promise, but it will be months upon months, probably, before I feel like I'm ready for it. Jiangxi looking guy. What do we have here? Kaze Kunai. Okay, so it's an ammo counter that refreshes slowly over time. Alright, another projectile. It's labeled kunai, but they're circular in their shape. I suppose we have an indication on what rewards we're fishing for. Do you think you could eat 5 boxes of mac and cheese in under 5 minutes? I can eat 1 box of mac and cheese in about 20 minutes. So, no, definitely not. Yeah, it's called Kaze Kunai. But it doesn't look like kunai, it looks more like a shuriken. If you think he types fast, you should see me. Then again, I did have my demonstration on the coding streams, I believe. Always nice having a supplementary projectile at the touch of a button. Yeah, the icon looks like they're Buster Swords, but when you actually throw them, They just look like shuriken. Pick that up. And let's see what new thing we have in here. More of whatever those little triangles are. Yeah, the shuriken isn't very special. What always confused me is why it alternated between, like, fast and slow versions in prior Guilty Gear games. They took that out of Strive, but I wonder what purpose that one had. Seems we do not have... Okay. So it's working now. What do we got here? Ah, yes, this again. Ah, stretch and continue. Solar redeposit. I suppose we could use more currency. Think of how in Street Fighter, Guile players tend to throw different speed sonic booms to trip you up on when you attempt to jump over it. Yeah, but, with Chip, it happens, in an alternation. He doesn't have the opportunity to pick what speed he does for zoning or anything like that. It just alternates between fast and slow every time you use it. Which, fine, I guess that does add to your opponent's mental stack. That would be my only guess. Looks like our fireball does more damage. Might be good if we mix them both up. Stay at a bit of a comfortable distance, and we will pop another heal. Get a bit of extra HP. We will skip the boss since it seems we're mostly trying to focus on Brad up here. Don't make me hungry for chili cheese fries. I'm supposed to pick up tacos after the stream. Don't make me change my mind. I'm actually wondering that too. Do tell, ETG, why is this on your mind? A little underwhelming, but I'll take it. Oh, another thing for us to grab. Food competitive season, so you've been watching a lot of competitive eating videos. Curious. I'm guessing that's for an ability that we unlock later, I imagine. Guess we're doing a zoning build here. Yeah, and that actually will make a lot of these fights easier. Let's go ahead and head to that shop, see what little things we can pick up, and then it should be the fight. Dark and bitter, just like death likes it. Fear heal for 15 HP, sure. Arashi Kunai. How does this one differ? Ah, it builds up before it fires. Sure, I'll bite. Cloak upgrades apply to all weapons other than the scythe. Okay. Okay. It talks about an extra mana cost, right? Stormy Kunai. Hello again, Brad.
Back already? Boss, this is ridiculous. Can't you see how easily I can pick you up?
It shouldn't be too hard for you again, right? Otherwise, we all know what it meant. Ooh, nice bit of damage there. I love that. It cracks me up. Let's go ahead and do a heal while we're at it. Alright, nice little bit of damage. Seems like mostly a lot of the same patterns from this fella. God, I am loving this game so far. And dive. So it seems if we use it in the air, it does not actually, build up a longer attack. Not bad. And dive, and dive. And he does not do it a third time. Careful, careful. Yeah, I guess we can just do a ranged build just fine. And there he goes. Turns out it was just a lot of luck.
How about a game of paddleball for a rematch? Let's see what's under your cloak.
You'd do anything rather than admit defeat. Ah, it's not over yet, is it? Or no, we just got him back in the game. Freddy's Taco Shop has got the best tacos in the whole world. Special turtle shell? Siphon the Cloak's aerial attacks, or Lull Sorcerer. We're not doing anything that requires mana just yet, are we? Predictable. Have an awful day, sir. I love it. Love the sense of humor. Welcome, Cloudburp. How are you? Curious name. Hope you're doing well this evening. We're giving this early access game a try in here. Hey, Mr. CEO. Sir, be very careful when you take your lunch break. I think someone is shamelessly raiding the fridge. Are you saying that sometimes your lunch disappears? Yes, I can't believe it. Do they think the fridge stocks up automatically when they take something out? Well, it sure doesn't. When the fridge is empty, that's it. And no poor sap is going to keep stocking it up. Nobody thinks you're a sap, Patrick. Come on. Watch what you eat because it's watching you. 50% damage for 2 minutes. Sure, I'll take it. Hang on. Boss, is that really you? Wow, what a bold new look. I remember you being taller and scarier. This is definitely different. I imagine you haven't shown much interest in management's reports, but there have been some alarming goings-on lately. For example, the Sorrows have now decided to ignore your old rules and are simply doing as they please. All departments are feeling the strain. Another week in hell, so to speak. Work in progress, so I wonder where the other elevators head off to. I'm the boss, James. I can steal anyone's lunch I please. Best make use of it while we can. We are not able to go that way. Off into the sewers, it seems. Sea glue, huh? And spooky eyeball fellows. Not bad. We were a little overwhelmed at first. Ah, it is time for me to censor yet another VTuber sneeze. Ah, that one hurt. Blah. Spring has not treated me very well so far. Also, we're taking a bit of damage now. We might not want to use any slow attacks while we do not yet know all of their attacking cues. Like what I just did irresponsibly there. Seems that is it for down here. So let us proceed. I'll pick the first. Nah. I love how the little guy's just hovering over the ground like that. Time for another one. Gain 5 mana, 5 HP. This bonus is associated with a penalty. Okay. Ah, so that's what the rerolls are for. It's for when we come up to these. Then we'll slowly build up more effects for us. And what's the penalty? Ah, okay. Unfortunately for you, I'm not paid to give you advice. Okay. Use that bonus air damage while we can. I see the guy's got a command grab. Luckily, we know this matchup. Ah, so that's what a booma is. I think we should focus on the guys up in the air first. As I said, get the sea glues down since those guys have the attacks that are difficult to avoid. So long as we are on the ground below them. After all, if you have a bunch of dumb grounded enemies like this... Oh right, those guys chase after us. Also, the charge shurikens reach the other side of the wall. Meh. We'll keep with what we already have. You know, in the top left... Ah, okay. So, when we play this game, I should probably have this set up like that. Since we don't seem to have any important HUD elements on the lower left. The top left actually shows us our gauges. What does kind of disappoint me is that the orientation of those icons is not the same as they are in the controller. I'd prefer it if X was on the left and Y in the top center. Okay, that came out of nowhere. Alright, run it back again. Such is the nature of the roguelike. God, I wish I could just keep streaming for y'all. I've never actually watched The Proud Family, so I'm uncertain. Pumpkin has something else to tell us. Making a diagram of the Well of Souls for my training report. It's there, behind me. So... Wait, no. Quinn had a higher voice. So, once the big boss, aka you, approves an application, the corresponding soul can be sucked into the well. I bet it tickles. Once it has arrived in the great beyond, the system can reissue its essence in the form of a solary for Deathing's employees. Patrick suggested I add some little stars to really show that's magic. What do you got for me? Feral fists. Kill 5 Thanagers, whatever the heck that is. This icon looks a little familiar here. There's nothing to invest yet. Silly goon. Oh, the Thanagers are the optional bosses, I gotcha. You mustn't say that. Come on, kiddo, it's obvious. There's a conflict of interest between the higher-ups and Brad. He was right to not let it go that easily. He could have gone about it less forcefully, though. He could have split his skull in half with his rocky fists. Yeah, okay, you're right. He could have asked me first. It wouldn't have done any harm to send a quick email and follow it up with a general assembly. And resume. Here we go fighting the same goons over and over again. Really? Still had a chance to let up an attack, I see. They'll occasionally drop something for us, but not always. So I guess it is a good idea to unconditionally fight everyone we come across. But they don't always give us a reward. So is there anything to really prevent us from just running from point A to point B? Hazardous floor is new, so let's go ahead and see what's on in here. Ah. Pick this up. Dodge the lariat and continue. Yeah, I've never watched Proud Family, so unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to have a perspective on my favorite gag. Ooh, just barely dodged that one. Never played a WWE game either. I'll take the mana, thank you. Huh, I wonder what the yellow one does up there. Might just be a stronger one for us to use eventually. Alright. Mostly just a bunch of doors for us to break. There doesn't seem to be any enemies past this point. Thanager's office. Okay, okay. W hung. I wonder what that's supposed to signify. A bit of a grim fate for him, I must say. Especially since now we actually don't have a good weapon to use against him. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what the animation is between the two of those. Yeah. What the heck is that music? No command grabs here. Nah, it's just a lot of attacks to dodge. Par for the course for a lot of games with simple controls. They'll just have you, dodging lots of, patterns like this. If you want a bullet hell, I can definitely start playing Touhou anytime. I've been waiting on it for a long while, but I don't know if any of you are actually familiar with Touhou. Alright, so the wind-up with Really? Okay. When did I say Brawlhalla? Go ahead and pop another heal, just in case. Oh, white. Right. I was able to do this a long time ago. Thanager, now that is a pun. Hybrid of Thanatos, the god of death, and Manager. Shape of the rope knot seems different with each attack. It is a very similar appearance between them, but it does have Sorry, I had to do another posture check. They have very similar tells, but they are different, and I might just need a little bit of a bit more time to investigate them. Ooh, we get another one. Deals bonus damage by changing weapons in the middle of a combo. We don't really have much for us to be focusing on yet, since we haven't even found other pieces of equipment, aside from the scythe. Alright, so that seems to give us an extra projectile after we attack someone. It'll be good for, dealing with groups of enemies. Thanatos is actually a name of a mythological character, so his name will be appropriated by a lot of different sets of media. I am running out of tea. This might actually be a short stream. Especially since it is Saturday night and I might elect a time to party. Which hopefully should be soon. Looks like that does buff our damage a little bit. Of course I have. Actually, a lot of Greek and Roman mythology was one of my favorite subjects in school. Although that is specifically of the Greek pantheon, I believe. Or was Jupiter Roman? I can't remember. Also, shouldn't be spending too much time thinking about this, as I'm going to get myself killed if I do. Ah, darn. We took an awful lot of damage there. Please do get me a chance to pick up some more equipment. Well, okay. Speak of the devil. Sure. Roman version of Zeus. Indeed. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think you're correct. I can't remember a lot of which is which, like Neptune and Poseidon, such. So on. Tinker name. What's the context for that one? Oh, that is a big fellow.
Master, welcome home. You came just at the right time. Your wishes are my commands. You'll be well armed for combat. I don't report to the sorrows. I only take orders from you, master.
Well, we will always have the scythe. Enemies are more vulnerable to stun. You know, I do kind of like the hammer. Let's go ahead and do this. Ah, so this is where we are essentially spending the equivalent of our souls, right? And it seems we're able to upgrade them partial amounts, so I'm going to take a random guess and say that these might stick between games. What a large fella. Wait. Orville. Oh, wow. It's so cool to see you again, boss. What a nice surprise. Oh, they're only for this run. But I'm able to make the partial investments to build it up for when I can do them next time, right? Do you remember the last time we met? I was really little. And you were, well... Anyway, work. So, the sorrows have been getting bolder, but I'm working on some pretty cool stuff just for you. This scythe can be used to infiltrate your employees and dismember those who talk about you behind your back. Long range? Well, we don't have the tools to upgrade them yet. How nice of them to give us, different things for us to focus on upgrading after our previous losses. Is that, more She-Ra stuff, ETG? Subdue the pyro ghost, subdue the staff, and subdue the gargoyle who's making a fool of me. Ah!
You act like you're overworked and not right in the head, but hey, we all know you're a compulsive liar.
And dodge, and the last wave always does everything but the sides. We should be careful. A lot more careful. I just love that attack. The gargoyle selfie cracks me up. Oh, okay, so that is the wall there, and we can't actually walk off to the side anymore. Alright. That is roughly an hour and a half, and that it might be a short stream, but I think... just because I haven't had dinner yet, I might actually call the stream after this one, but I do want to see what Pumpkins has to say to us. Nice to see you again, boss. The scythe transformations end with the run, but the upgrades, We'll see if we get some other things, like, another one of those hammers, and see if the upgrades stay. Harriet reminded me to stay at your side because you're having burnout. She told me it can be really difficult, maybe even dangerous. Anyway, I can give you a hand making it if you want. I've taken cooking classes. So, don't worry, whatever burnout is, I love challenging new recipes. I'll help. How silly. I don't know if you got anything else we can upgrade. We can invest in the Feral Fists, or we can wait on them a little bit and get a larger discount, which I think I'll do. So these are extra little buffs that we can get after we fight the bosses, it looks like. And all of these go down on their costs after we fulfill a certain number of conditions. Okay. Looks very fun, but unfortunately, I happen to be getting very hungry, and it is Saturday night. We did start about an hour later than usual, so I'm gonna cut us off about 30 minutes early. No stream tomorrow, but for next week, I plan on doing a lot of newer stream content. So expect a lot of newer games. I'll see if we can clean up on our Everhood run and see if we can get our hands on some bonus bosses. Like we still need to beat whatever that little electric man is, and I hear there's quite a few bonus bosses for us to find. Other than that, only thing that should stay the same is expect Guilty Gear on Friday, but I'd like to fill every other day during the week with something new. Well, Franbo probably being one of them. But stay tuned. I'll come up with a couple new and different games for us to see. I'm really liking this one so far, but given that it is early access, it might not have too much else for us to do. Gameplay so far is a little bit redundant since it is a game still in development. I thought it was actually already released since it had the March 8th release date on Steam. But very fun. Game has a lot of personality. This has been a wonderful suggestion, James. Thank you. I'll see what new things we can come up with this week. But until Monday, you've all been a wonderful class, and thank you for your attendance. Class is dismissed. And thank you everyone for showing up on such an unusual time, an unusual night. Night, everyone, or morning, or whatever it might be for you during the day.